Hey everybody, this is Ted Forbes and welcome back to The Art of Photography. I want to do a vlog episode today since we're at the end of the week. It's been a good week. We've had a lot going on around here and I'm going to take tonight and go to a basketball game with my nephew and take a little time off. It's going to be awesome. But what I want to do is a quick video today to fill you guys in on some behind the scenes stuff that we've got going on that I feel pretty comfortable about talking about. One of the things that I've been wanting to do with this show, and I've talked a little bit about it on here, is I want to start doing what I'm calling kind of art of photography specials. And these are videos that are more produced than just the weekly episode. Maybe I'm not in them. Maybe they consist of living artist interviews, things of that nature. And so I've been working on a few things and we're getting really close to being able to do that. You know, one of the first ones that I want to work on is back in October I went to Atlanta and we have the awesome footage of the interview that I did with Barbara and Lynn Bullock, who are Wynn Bullock's daughters. And what we're going to do is we've got the interview footage and I want to wrap that around and produce it a little bit and, you know, dig a little deeper into Wynn as well as running part of the interview on that. So, you know, these are things that I want to do probably, I don't know how often, every couple months or something, but they'll be a little longer, a little bit more produced than just a regular Art of Photography episode. So you can watch for that coming up, and I'm real close to tightening up a couple of the first artist interviews that I want to do on here. So I think that's something that would really separate the show apart than the other things out there, and it would, you know, take it up to the next level. So I'm pretty excited about all that. Another thing sort of related to that is I'm going to Los Angeles this next week. I'm going to be headed out to LA on Tuesday, which is kind of funny because it's the second time I've been to LA this year, but we're not going to do a meetup this time around. I'm actually out there on business. I'm going to be meeting with YouTube. And one of the things that I'm looking forward to seeing with this is we're actually meeting at the YouTube Space Los Angeles. And if you're not familiar with how these YouTube spaces work, they're really pretty cool. So there's 4 of these in the world, and basically YouTube built these full production facilities. There's one in Los Angeles, there's one in Tokyo, one in New York, and I believe, where's the last one? In London. And so what they have is a full soundstage, full equipment, full production facility, full editing studio. They're really, really cool. And the Los Angeles one apparently has a screening room as well that seats about 50 people. And so what I'm kind of hoping, basically anybody who's a YouTube creator that has a channel that has, I mean, there's a limit, I think it's more than 5,000 viewers can use the space for free. And so what I'm kind of curious about is seeing if this is a place where we could do the meetup in Los Angeles when I'm going to be there next year. So hopefully that's the case. And if we have the screening room, I was thinking it might be kind of cool to be able to do screenings of some of these art of photography specials if we can get to that level. So anyway, so look out for that. And I'll do some vlogging and stuff while I'm in Los Angeles. We will not be doing a meetup this time. And the main reason is, 1, it's a really short trip, and 2, I need to go shoot some photos. And part of the thing, you know, when I left my job in July, a couple months ago, to do this show full time, part of the plan, as I saw it, was that I would open up more time to get back into photography and my own personal work. And it has been, quite frankly, everything but that. You know, between researching the shows, putting all the stuff together, launching the shows, getting social media together, using that, it has been, you know, pretty much a full-time job. And I've really put the pedal on the gas here because I want to get a lot of traction going with the channel. So we've been doing a lot of episodes every week. And anyway, all this to say, I'm not complaining. I really love doing it. But one thing that's really missing right now is I need to start shooting again. I want to start doing more process videos. Like we had started a project, a portrait project that I've got in mind that had kind of gotten cut off there, and I want to bring that back. But it's really hard for me to do process videos when I haven't had a lot of time to shoot. So that's one thing I'm going to do. So Los Angeles is going to be kind of my maiden voyage to kick that off. And I'm only there basically, I come in one day and leave late the next. And so I'm going to have that second day and hopefully get some shooting done, some photography, and a little bit of relaxation within all that. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, I'll shoot some video while I'm in LA so you guys can see what I'm doing. And you know, we'll take a step in that direction with that. So it'll be fun, and that'll be next week. I'm looking forward to that. Also, book giveaway. I want to talk about these real quick because this has been really successful. This has been one of those little nice surprises about the show that I didn't think was going to be a big deal, and it turned into a really nice big deal. And you know, if you follow the show, what we've been doing is we did a book giveaway 2 weeks ago where I had an extra copy of the John Blakemore book, so we did a competition. And I did this using Twitter. And I want to talk about this a little bit because I've been really impressed, 1, with the quality that people are submitting with images. I'm very honored to say that I have one of the best and most talented audiences out there. You guys are absolutely wonderful, and it really is exciting to see people who watch the show who are on the other side of the lens, because I really can't see you most of the time. And so when we do get involved as a community, it means a lot to me, and it's really fun to watch. The other thing, and I want to clarify this too, because I've had a couple people that have emailed me and gotten in touch, who've said, you know, is there any way you can do this on something other than Twitter? I don't use Twitter. You know, I only have a few friends on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. And quite frankly, I mean, we'll revisit maybe another social platform that we can do this on at some point, but I really like using Twitter right now because, and don't take this personally if you were one of the people asking me that question, I don't mean it that way, but you are missing the point of what we're doing with Twitter. And here's what I'm seeing on Twitter, is that people are on there, they're using that hashtag AOPBG, they're submitting their work, other people are liking and favoriting their work and retweeting their work, they're making connections, they're making contacts, and this is the point of using Twitter. It's about networking, it's about promoting your work, it's about, you know, getting feedback, it's about making friends, it's about getting out there and being part of the internet, and that's why we're using Twitter right now. And it's been really exciting to see from my end, because I really like when I start to see you guys interact with each other and you know each other because you both watch the show, and that's really cool. If you want to get involved in one of these book competitions, we got a lot of stuff, and my friend Rich Klein, I'm looking over there because he sent me this huge box of books the other day. So my friend Andrew and I went to the bookstore. We've got enough books to give away for the next year, I bet. So it's really exciting. Our current book that we're giving away is the Robert Doisneau book, and I've been reading this and I really don't want to give it away now. Of course I will, but there's some excellent essays in here about Doisneau and French photography in the mid-century 1940s, 1950s, and it's a really nice balance of wonderful essays that are written and beautifully printed images, and it's really cool. And you know, the other point with these book giveaways is that, you know, one person will win the book, which is cool, but only one person wins the book each time. The cooler part about that is I'm picking like the top 20 or so photos that come in, and we'll revolve them every time we do one of these giveaways, so everybody kind of gets a chance. But I wanted to share with you guys some of the work that's being put up, because you guys are doing some awesome stuff. And obviously the other point, like I was saying earlier, is to get involved socially and use Twitter as your vehicle for that. So that's really important. So we'll look at using Facebook or another social platform eventually, but you know, don't look at it that way. Get involved, get a Twitter account, and don't make your competition entry the only image that you submit. You know, learn how to tweet, learn how to make connections, learn how to talk to people. You learn things that way, and you get involved with the community, and that's what it's all about, and that's what makes it really special. So anyway, lots of cool stuff. I'll link to the last book episode below if you want to go watch that and get all the rules and you know, the concept we're exploring on the entries this time. Another couple things coming up. I got an episode we're going to release on Sunday I'm working on right now, and so that'll be out, and the next week I go to Atlanta. I'm going to Los Angeles, and I've already been to Atlanta. And then we have a couple other things coming up. I want to dive back into composition series stuff a little bit, and I want to look at it in context with, you know, a lot of the photographers we've discussed in the Photo Lit episodes the last few weeks have been photographers that, you know, really all of the same era, the 1940s, 1950s, that mid-century. And I think it's really interesting because there's some compositional trends. I really don't like that term, but there's trends of composition that you see carried through people's work. And I want to talk about what those are in context and define those and look at it within this context of 1940s, 1950s era photographers like Henri Cartier-Bresson, Robert Doisneau, you know, people of that era. So I look forward to that. And then the other thing that's coming up is we're going to do some more one photo deep dive stuff, and those are really cool. They're harder to put together than I thought they'd be. The first one we did was on the child in forest image that Wynn Bullock took, and that was a couple weeks ago. And so I've got some others picked out. Sometimes you pick out an image and there's a lot to say about it, but is it really deep dive worthy? And so it's kind of harder to pick those images than I thought it was going to be. But it's been a lot of fun, and I've got some stuff on the back burner for that, so those will be coming up. And then look for the Art of Photography specials. I think the first thing we're going to do is take that Wynn Bullock footage and do something with it. And I'm thinking at this point it's probably going to be a special around the abstract stuff that he did, because I think it's really interesting. He was a photographer who was way ahead of his time on that, and there's a lot that can be learned and it's interesting to look at. So anyway, once again, guys, hope you guys have a great weekend. This has been the Art of Photography. I'll see you on Sunday. Thanks for watching. Later.